What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Sportsstatus podcast. This is your host, Nathaniel McWhort, and this is another fourth quarter reaction as we are going live, as I am going live to talk about the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors and the Colorado State Rams taking off, going at it head to head. Currently, it's the start of the fourth quarter, and Hawaii is up 36-17 um, over the Colorado State Rams. This has been a pretty competitive game out in the first half. Well, more like the first quarter for first half for a little bit, but then right around towards the end of the second quarter. Um, Hawaii definitely started scoring. They put up 20 points towards the end, and both teams ended up scoring a touchdown at the fourth to make it a 36-20. That's right, 36-17 ball game. And right now, as we're speaking, Colorado has the ball at the Hawaii. Looks like the Colorado has at the Hawaii 44-yard line. And pass. Todd Canto threw a pass. It ends up being complete. Gets a good gain of 13 yards to Hawaii State 31. The ball he hands the ball off to Ajon Vivens. Not sure if I pronounced that name correctly. Hands it off for a good 7 yards, gets the first down marker, and the ball is now placed at the Hawaii 24. Good enough to get into scoring position. They would honestly need. I know it's fourth quarter, very a lot of time left on the clock, but you're still down a little bit of ways as Todd Canto just threw a pass complete to Cameron Button, gets the touchdown. Colorado, what a good game. What a good pass. Colorado is now trailing by 13. Hawaii, Colorado just threw the touchdown and now makes this a 2-possession ball game. Extra point is good by Caden Camper. Wow, a big pass, 24 yards again to the end zone. $36-24. And wow. We are a little bit into the commercial break. So while that goes on, I'll give you a quick college football scoring update of what happened today. Oklahoma State beat Texas Tech University 23-0. Utah completely upset Oregon. Again, I've been saying Oregon has been overhyped all season long. Ever since they lost to Stanford, I felt like they shouldn't be considered in top 4 consideration. Period. Well, they lost to Utah today, 38-7. Ole Miss beat Vanderbilt today, 31-17. Clemson upset Wake Forest 48-27. Texas A&M completely blew out Prairie View A&M. The Panthers 52-3. Missouri State ends up completely blowing out Tennessee State today, 55-10. Georgia beat Charleston Southern in a complete blowout, 56-7. San Diego State University beat UNLV 28-20, and Houston back on Friday, yesterday, beat Memphis 31-13, which I'll go ahead and talk a little bit into that later. But as going back to this game a little bit, Colorado ends up kicking it off. Jonathan Terry kicks it off, gets for 64 yards. Jalen Purdue ends up returning it for 18 yards, gets to the Hawaii 19, and the ball is handed off to Day Hunter for 3 yards, gets up to the Hawaii 22. It's now 2nd and 7. Ball is placed on Hawaii 22, and Hawaii Rainbow Warriors are up 36-24. Next commercial break, I will go ahead and actually talk about what to expect next week. As the ball is handed off to Day Hunter, gets to 30, 40, 50. Oh, wow, past the enemy territory, 40, 30, and takes tackle. Oh, wait. No, that's actually... Anyway, Day Hunter runs for 5 yards. I'm looking off of the ESPN's update, and they had it for good 40-something yards, but it was only for 5. Anyway, that was weird. The ball is handed off to Shadion Corderio for 1 yard line, gets up to the Hawaii 28. It's now 4th and 1. They go in and do a quarterback sneak, or are they going to go for on a 4th down? Is what I want to see. Colorado is trailing by 2 touchdowns, but there is plenty of time left on the clock. So I would do it if I was Hawaii. It's now 4th and 1. Go ahead and talk about next week. Now this could change, but next week looks like I will probably going to be doing BYU. Talk about my favorite team on next week's episode. They play USC a week from today at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. USC is not having a great season. So this should be an easy win for us. Doesn't matter if we're starting Hall or if we're starting Tyler Alliger. And looks like they're kicking it off. Gets for 50 yards. Fair catch by Dante Wright. And the ball is placed at Colorado State 22. Not exactly what I would expect. Not exactly what I would have done, especially since it's 4th and 1. If it was 4th and 3, 4th and 4 at this point, yeah, that's understandable. But on a 4th and 1, that doesn't make any sense. Todd Contillo threw a pass complete. This time it's to David Bailey. Gets a good game for 11 yards. Colorado State 33 gets the first down marker. Curious to see if they rely this heavy on the run game, or if they trying to throw this off to the sideline. And Todd Centillo threw another pass complete. This time it's to Trey McBride for the 12 yards to the Coastal. Colorado State 45 gets another first down. It's now 1st and 10 at Colorado State 33. And Todd Contillo passes thrown to Dante Wright, but it was incomplete. Colorado trying to make this a 5-point game unless they go for 2 to make it a 4-point game. The Hawaii Rainbow Warriors are 4-7 at this point. They beat New Mexico State University. They upset Fresno. That was probably the best game this season. And then they beat New Mexico actually twice, and then they won their second game of the season against Portland State against the Portland State Vikings, who they are 5-6. Don Castillo, he gets sacked. Sacked for loss of 2 at the Colorado State 43. There's a fumble recovered by their own team. That's lucky. But wasn't able to return the ball at all. Colorado State has it at the 43. runner was able to be there when the ball popped loose, therefore does not result in turnover, and they still have possession. It's now 3rd and 12. They're definitely probably going to pass it here. I could see this maybe being a deep ball or a pass that gains a huge lots of yards. Because it's now 3rd and 12. Looking at some of the team's stats here, Colorado has been 8 and 16. They went for half the time they went for it on 3rd down, ends up being successful. They've only attempted a 4th down conversion once. Hawaii, on the other hand, has not been successful on 3rd down, and they haven't attempted on 4th at all. And the ball ends up being a turnover. Oh, no. Looks like while we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and give you a quick scoring update for college men's basketball. There were several games today, but I'll only give you the top 25 for now, and then give you the rest later, maybe when the end happens. Purdue beat North Carolina 93 to 84. Texas beat San Jose 79 to 45. Baylor beat Stanford 86 to 48. UConn beat Binghamton 87 to 63. Now, I looked this up, actually. And I feel the same way about college football. I think that these records, both for football and for these rankings in college football and in college basketball, should be determined by your ranked record and not be determined by strength of schedule. Texas is right now number 8 in the nation. And they are 3-1. Now, I 100% understand that they change these rankings week by week. I get that. But I looked it up today that there are more teams undefeated right now in college basketball than there are for top 25 teams. Their one loss was to Gonzaga, and I get it, because Gonzaga is a very tough team. But they should not be top 25 because they shouldn't have been put on the top 25 list this week, because the Texas Longhorns went 1-1 When when was this game? Texas A&M real quick, as I'm not seeing anything for college. Uh, anyway, not seeing anything for when this game took place. Uh, but my point that I'm trying to make is that this game happened last week. They were ranked number 5 before that their loss to Gonzaga. Even though that Gonzaga is a very tough, very talented college basketball team, they're number 1 for a reason. There is no way because of the record that the Texas Longhorns should be put in the top 25 period. I know, and I'm not saying that there are teams that I'm not saying that there's teams in the top 25 that should be better that should be in the top 25 that are better than the Texas Longhorns. I'm just saying that because of record, not because of who I think could beat who. And it's too early to tell for that because of how the team is gelling and things like that. It's way too early to tell. Right now, college basketball rankings, pulling those up. You have Gonzaga at 1, UCLA at 2, Kansas at 3, Michigan at 4, Villanueva has 1 loss at 5. Sorry, no. Purdue, who's still undefeated, should be higher than Villanueva. Duke at 7, Baylor at 9, Texas at 8, like I said earlier. Illinois at Illinois at 10, Memphis at 11, Oregon 12, Kentucky 13, Alabama 14, Houston at 15, Arkansas at 16, Tennessee at 17, North Carolina at 18, Ohio State at 19, Maryland at 20, Auburn at 21, St. Bonaventure at 22, UConn at 23, Florida at 24, and USC at 25. I can see Oregon not losing to I can see Oregon getting off of that because BYU ended up pulling an upset to beat Oregon, but they beat Oregon pretty badly. The final score was like what, 83 to 49. It wasn't even close. I'm not saying that this is a team that can beat Gonzaga, but I'm not saying that BYU can beat Texas. I'm just saying that BYU has a better record, so they should be higher than Texas. Anyway, I'm having a little bit of a rough reading right here in college football, so I'm going to reload it and pull it back in. Uh, and give you some more of the quick college football updates that have happened. So yeah, I have missed a lot. Every time I keep trying to refresh it, what it ends up happening is that that's stuck on the fumble that has been recovered by David Bailey. Um, I know at this point Colorado has scored a touchdown. They probably have scored a touchdown at this point to make it a 5-point possession because every time I enter into the Colorado State and Hawaii, uh, it would pop in there and then out after that. So I'm going to do my best actually see if there's a way that I can watch it from my computer. Um, Give me one moment. I'm having a little bit of a technical difficulty because ESPN is not wanting to work things out apparently. Okay. I have it pulled up, but just give me 1 second as it's still loading. Yeah, it's still doing it. Hawaii just completed a pass in Colorado enemy territory for Colorado, and then as soon as I refresh it, it would go back to that fumble. As Shavion Corderio just ran for 2 yards, and then they're doing it again. Hold on. I might have to end this if this doesn't seem to be working out. Somebody is speaking Spanish in Hybro. Puedes hablar español. I know I can pick point words here and there Spanish, but I don't know a lot. I can't tell everything that is being said, but I think I know I can't. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Spanish. Okay. And Dedrick Parson ran for 10 yards for a touchdown. So Hawaii actually is up on top 43-31 over the Colorado Buffaloes. So I did just miss a couple of drives. Um, so I did just miss a couple of drives. Yeah, that was weird. Um, and I'm not having luck trying to find it on this stream either. So it's now 4th and 3 with 3:07 left. That's still going back to a 2 possession game. Um, Hawaii's currently trailing. Honestly, if you can manage to score, I would probably go for a punt return. After that, um, and see if you can end up scoring after that. So that is now now, even though that they were able to score a touchdown just now, Hawaii is trailing out here in the fourth quarter, so they're down 14-7 in the fourth quarter. Colorado State has kept in one quarterback, but um, so has Colorado. They haven't done anything that a lot of the um, you know how they actually have not watched a lot of the they just recently scored, so they've been trailing. They have been able to score a lot in the fourth. So Colorado starts to become Colorado State ends up to begin from its own 38 after a touchback on the kickoff. The Rams have 2 timeouts. The Rams still have 2 timeouts left, so I would maybe use those. It's now 2:59 left. Oh, sorry. It's not 2:44 left in the fourth. Buffaloes have it at their own. Okay, I'm about to. I'll go in. Maybe if I can find some other game, I'll just go ahead and do that because I'm getting frustrated at this point. Yeah. Oh. MLS, Philadelphia ended up beating the New York Red Bulls 1-0, and the Sporting Kansas City ended up beating Vancouver Whitecaps 3-1. The Colorado Buffaloes ended up just scoring a touchdown just now. To Gary Williams. First touchdown of the day. They're now now it's back to that 5-possession game with 2:44 left. I can see them going for the onside kick. Colorado is down 43-38. Anyways, 2nd and 10 at Colorado 37. Score right now is 43-38. Hawaii Rainbows are up on top. Hawaii Rainbows are up on top. Like I said, anyway, Wags Geo, I am having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so I'm not getting much luck. So that's why there has been a little bit of a silence. As Hawaii just scored a touchdown, rushing by 37 yards, and that actually puts them. So this is now a this is now a 13-point game again. Hawaii is have now put up 50 points. 50-38 is the score at this moment. The technical difficulty that I'm having is that earlier in the fourth quarter, Todd Centillo, the quarterback for Colorado State, had a fumble. And this is always, it's been stuck at that fumble. It's stuck showing the fumble. And I refresh it, and it has shown the latest play, but then it goes back to it. That person just rushed for a big fumble. I am looking to see if I can end up finding anything that can help besides ESPN that can help me with this. NFL games tomorrow should be exciting. The Ravens are up, beating the Bears. The Ravens play the Bears tomorrow. Packers and Vikings, Colts versus Bills, Lions and Browns. That should be that's going to be one-sided. Browns probably going to win that one. That's not even be close. Washington Panthers, Texas Titans, Jags, 49ers, Dolphins, Jets, Saints, Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bengals, Raiders, Steelers, Chargers, Seahawks, Cardinals, and Buccaneers, Giants. Kyler Havison ended up kicking the ball off. Finally, I found something. Kyler Havison ended up kicking the ball off for 65 yards for a touchback. And Todd Centillo was sacked by Penny Pavahi for a loss of 9 yards to Colorado State 16. Todd Centillo is running the ball again. For 12 yards to the Colorado State 28. And Colorado State had the ball. They're trailing with 2:27 left in the fourth quarter. They have enough time to maybe do something. But I can't see it. Todd Cantillo runs the ball for 9 yards to Colorado State 46. with 102 left in the fourth. Right now, it's now second and 1 at Colorado State, 46. With 102 left in the fourth. I'll end up pulling something to making this work. But right now, this is the best I've got. The ball is handed off to David Bailey. Gets the first down marker. Gets a good gain of 5 yards to the Hawaii State 45. Todd Cantillo, quarterback for the team, throws a pass complete to Dante Wright for 33 yards to the Hawaii 16 for the first down. And then Todd Cantillo threw a pass. This one was incomplete, however, to Todd McLeod, broken up by Cameron Lockridge. So that actually goes down all that time that I just brought up as all that time that I just brought up is now second and 10 at Hawaii 16. They're probably going to go score a touchdown here. So this game is the loser's going to end up scoring 40 plus points, which is most likely going to be Colorado. And why Todd Cantillo throws pass complete to Gary Williams, gets the 9 yards and a touchdown. Touchdown. This ends up being a the fourth one just in this quarter alone. Most points actually put up by either team. Yeah, next week is going to be BYU versus USC. So make sure to stay tuned in. This is going to be BYU USC fourth quarter only. And right now we're on commercial break, but this is likely going to be one of the last few plays of the game. There's still 30 seconds left, however, so I can definitely see an onside kick coming. It's now I said 30 seconds, but there's actually 17 seconds left on the clock. And that ends up being the final. Hawaii State wins this one in a little bit of a blowout by NFL standards, but this is college football, so final score: Hawaii wins this one 50-45. Colorado State goes down to 3-8, while Hawaii moves up to 4-5. 4, 5-7. Hawaii goes out next week and plays the Wyoming Cowboys, while Colorado next week ends up going and playing the Nevada Wolfpack. So again, I apologize after all that. That was a little bit of a technical difficulty. ESPN was goofing up for a little bit, to say the least. Check out everything that has been going on the ASAP network. Stay tuned in because I will be having 2 post-game articles over for the MLS. I will say one thing real quick about MLS before close out. With today's playoff outcomes, so hold on, I have it up right here. Okay, so with today's playoff outcomes, the New York Red Bulls and the Chicago Whitecaps are eliminated. They're out. And the first round matchups, they're still left. You have New York City FC that play Atlanta. Nashville plays Orlando City SC. Timbers play Minnesota United. And the Seattle Sounders play Real Salt Lake. So their opponents for all the remaining games I just mentioned, their opponents have already been decided. New York City FC and Atlanta United. Whoever wins that game goes out and plays the Revolution. New England Revolution. And Nashville SC and Orlando City SC, they go out and play Philadelphia Union because Philadelphia ended up being the New York Red Bulls today, 1-0. Timberwolves and Minnesota United ended up going and playing Colorado Rapids. Colorado got the first round bye. Same with New England. And the Sounders and Real Salt Lake, the winner of that will go out and play Sporting Kansas City because Sporting Kansas City beat the Whitecaps 3-1 today. And all of these games, we'll find out who plays in the second round of these matchups on the 23rd when the Sounders and the Real Salt Lake game close out. But as for me, this has been Nate the Great. And Nate the Great signing out. The score final was Colorado into losing to Hawaii 50-45. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next week.